Many cruisers realize only after boarding their ship that they forgot one or two items that they really could have used. In fact, I've done this myself, and I've also wasted hundreds of dollars on must-have cruise items that just sat unused in my cabin. So after decades of cruising, I've narrowed it down to 7 essential items that will make your cruise vacation run more smoothly. And yes, some of these come straight from the dollar store. I'm Gary with Optimal Cruising, bringing you fresh cruise advice, money-saving hacks, and secret strategies the cruise lines don't advertise. Let's get started. I've been on a lot of cruises, and I've never seen a cruise that has hooks on the wall. And that's a problem because while the standard cruise cabin has hangers to hang clothes on, they don't have nice, easy places to hang a jacket, hang a hat, hang a wet swimsuit, or a towel to dry. And a lot of times that's necessary, especially if you have an inside cabin without a balcony to kind of air things and dry things out. So what I like to do is get a pack of magnetic hooks because most cruise ship cabins have metallic walls and doors, which means you can stick these hooks anywhere you want, anywhere that's convenient in your cabin, and hang anything you like. It helps organize your room a little better. Cabin stewards love this because it's easy for them to walk in and clean without things lying all over the floor. And yes, you can find a small pack of 2 of these at the dollar store for $1.25. Or if you want a whole set of them, you can spend a few dollars more and get a big pack from Amazon or Walmart. It's definitely a cruise packing must-have. And that doesn't even come close to the space saving this next item will bring you. A friend of mine was complaining about on his last cruise, I guess his wife brought 6 pairs of shoes and they were all over the cabin all the time. He was tripping over them in the middle of the night. And when I gave him this idea, he basically bought me dinner. All you need to do is bring an over-the-door organizer. These are cheap, $10 or less. Sometimes you can find plastic ones at the dollar store. And you can hang these over your bathroom door or over a closet door. And they have little hooks that will attach. And you can put anything in here. You can put shoes in there, sunscreen bottles. These cabins on cruise ships are getting smaller and smaller. These over-the-door hangers help keep your cruise cabin uncluttered. Makes your vacation go smoother, you're more organized, and you have all your things with easy grasp right there hanging on your closet or your bathroom door. And this next item is crucial because if you bring the wrong one, it could be confiscated. When I first started cruising, I would always bring outlet extenders with me because cruise cabins are notorious for having limited number of outlets and you can't plug everything in. And these days, I've got an iPad, a cell phone, other devices that need to be charged up during my stay, and I don't have enough time to be switching things off with one charger. I want everything charged at night at one time. So what I do is I bring one of these multi-USB port chargers. You can find them from 4 to 8 to 12 different USB ports on one plug-in, and that is still allowed on all cruise lines. Be careful if you bring one that has extra outlets on it because cruise lines are starting to confiscate those. More and more cruise lines are banning any item that extends the number of outlets that you can plug general things into. But they don't care if it just extends the number of USB ports. So you can buy one of these, skip Dollar Tree for this one. You want a better quality one and you'll get a good one between $8 and $20 on a Walmart or Amazon. And you can plug all of your devices into one place. You'll never be searching for another outlet on your cruise ship again. And have you seen the size of those bathroom countertops lately? I'm always cruising with my wife. And in fact, most cruisers are cruising with a partner or another adult and maybe 1 or 2 kids on top of that. And in some cases, 3 or 4 adults to a room. And anybody who's cruised knows that in those tiny cruise ship bathrooms, it's impossible to put all of your toiletries. Those sinks are barely 12 inches wide. You barely have enough room to put a toothpaste and toothbrushes on there, much less everything else we need these days. So I always bring a hanging toiletry bag. Most standard cruise ship bathrooms have at least 1 or 2 towel hooks inside the bathroom. I recommend hanging this bag on there and putting all of your toiletries in one place out of the way. It's easy to access them that way. Cruise cabin stewards love this because it enables them to clean that bathroom so much more quickly. They don't have to be moving your stuff around, and I really don't want them moving my stuff around anyway. So I have it all in my bag, hanging up there. When I'm ready to use it, unzip, take it out, use what I need, put it back in the bag. One bag is big enough for me and my wife, so it's a pretty simple fix. And you can buy cheap ones for around $5, might last 1 or 2 cruises, or you can spend a little more money, $20 to $30 to $40, and get a very high quality one. It's totally up to you, but they have all kinds of these on Walmart and Amazon. Maybe you might even find one at the dollar store. And this next item saves me a major headache and at least $100 per cruise. One thing I really don't like doing is paying for water on a cruise. Now, I've done it before, but I try to avoid it, and that's why every time I cruise now, I bring on my own personal tumbler. And my wife will bring a water bottle or 2, and we use these the entire cruise because we can fill up water at the buffet and other water stations throughout the ship. One nice feature about Royal Caribbean is they have these Coke machines throughout that you have to pay if you want the soda package, but if you just have a bottle of any type, it will fill it with water for you. So there's so many options for getting water on most of these ships, and you really don't have to be paying for bottled water when you're getting thirsty by the pool or anywhere on board. And I also use them for going off the ship because when I'm at a port of call, I really don't want to have to get off and then buy some bottled water or soda because I'm thirsty. I just bring it in my tumbler and take it with me. And it's not just limited use for water. You can use these things and fill them up with juice and tea. Iced tea is one I do a lot of. And on top of that, what I always do is ask my room steward to bring me a bucket of ice every day. And that way, I throw that ice in there, fill it up with water, tea, juice, whatever, and I have a cold drink all day long. Now, this next item could save you $200 or more if anything happens on your cruise. For the longest time now, I always bring a small first aid kit on every cruise. And that's because once upon a time, I fell and cut myself. And it was bleeding quite a bit, and I had no band-aids, nothing. And I went to the medical facility, and just to patch it up with some gauze and a band-aid cost me almost $200. And that was over 10 years ago. So I prefer to have some of these supplies on hand. It's helpful to have some Neosporin, some antibiotic ointment, all the things you might want if you get a little cut somewhere, or even if you have a headache or get seasick, you want to have some of those types of medications in this first aid kit, especially if you have kids, because they're a lot more prone to getting little boo-boos, and this is going to save you a lot of money over going to medical or over having to go to the cruise ship store and buy some of these supplies there, if they even have them. And this next item, I just will never cruise without. But first, if you've gotten any good tips from these items so far, make sure you subscribe to our channel and get all of our cruising updates. So when I first started cruising, I used to spend $30, $40, $50 a pop washing some clothes on board through the laundry service. No more. Now I always bring a zippable, closable laundry bag to put all my dirty clothes in because I don't like washing my own clothes on vacation, and I want to bring them home and keep everything else that I didn't wear or that I purchased or that I'm bringing back that's clean separate from the dirty clothes. And these laundry bags work great for that. You can get a pack of them actually and use them one at a time on your cruise. They're pretty big and they fill. I've never had to use more than one. They also give me a place to put all my dirty clothes as I'm wearing them during the cruise instead of just throwing them in a pile somewhere. And then at the end of the cruise, I just zip up that bag and put it back in the empty space in my suitcase where the clean clothes used to be. I am aware that now a lot of the more modern ships have self-service laundry on board, but it can be pretty crowded. It's limited in quantity, and it's also not something I want to be doing on my cruise. But if you do, you might want to consider also throwing in a couple Tide Pods or other laundry pods to use, because you don't want to be buying that stuff on board. What do you prefer to do, your laundry on board or bring it back home? Put it in the comments below. So now that you know 7 essential items you're going to want to bring on your next cruise, there are 10 things that smart cruisers always do the moment they board their ship to ensure a smoother cruise vacation. I'll tell you all about those right here.